All right, I think I've got all my ducks in a row.
And we're live with,
Oh,
as you say that. Welcome to the first, I believe, of Cross the Streams charity event live stream, where we've got Fate's Grasp, Rage and Rolls, Split the Party, and of course, us here at Nonfiction Gaming, kicking it off this week for Mental Health Month. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm your host, Dan, or Sheriff Dan to my friends, and I certainly consider all of you in the chat to be one of them. And to my right, no, my left, your right, that way, is Dylan. Do you want to tell us about you and your character?
Yeah, I am Dylan. I play Sorn, the Dark Elf or Drow, however you want to take it. A sorcerer. I hate Lolth with a burning passion, or an electrified passion, we'll go with, because I revere Talos. That's about it.
Jacob.
Hello. I play Winfred. I play a wild magic barbarian who has a low intelligence but high chance to be turned into a pot plant. Just trying to get my zoom back. It's all minimized. That's weird.
It's no good.
There we go. And I just I just wanted to play a big fluffy bearkin that can also change shades, which is pretty cool. But yeah,
Cool.
low intelligence barbarian crew, baby.
So a big old bear with a little pirate hat. Timmy.
G'day there, guys. My name is Timothy Carlin, but I play an even more important title and name, and that is Paulie. Paulie is known to be the best, worst pirate you'll ever meet in your life. Bit of a tongue twister saying that, but I mean, once you get used to saying it, it just rolls off the top of your lips there, and you'll be pretty happy about it. Dave definitely likes to get in trouble. Definitely likes to fight. He's pretty much your every average day Frankston Bogan. Just with more nautical themes. So just imagine them fighting in Frankston Pier instead of Frankston Station.
So Mornington.
Yeah. Like we're looking for upper middle class bogan. So he actually coined the term "pass us the Riesling UCUNT." So he's a man of the people, realistically.
Bird of the people.
Bird of the people.
Doesn't shy away from a curse.
No, not at all.
And we have a very special guest with us today. Do you want to introduce yourself, your name, and where are you from?
sure. So I'm Jeremy. Hi, everyone. I am regularly play with the Raging Rolls, but Dan's invited me to guest with the crew here tonight. So tonight I'll be playing Nesbit's Bumblefoot, the Gnome Artificer Artillerist, which is going to be amazing. He's just has a particular panache for explosions and blowing things up. So it's going to be great fun. Well, back to you, Dan.
Excellent. And throughout the evening, of course, as you can see on the screen there, we do have a donation bar for Beyond Blue. Any donations made either to the channel or through the ! charity, there's a link in there that'll come up. If you're on YouTube, the links should be in the description. If the bot's not giving the command, I'll drop it in manually, and we can try and I can try and stay, or someone can try and stay on top of it and keep posting that link till the cows come home. But it's Mental Health Month for October. The 4 live streams we've got, the Crossing the Streams event, is we're all working together, we're all coming together to raise money for Beyond Blue. So throughout the game, if you can reach into your pockets, do so. I think some stuff should come up on screen at the same time as well, if you donate through that GoFundMe page. Thank you very much, Dylan, for checking that
Good.
in the chat.
If you send me do you have Nightbot by any chance?
Yeah.
If you send me your Nightbot details, I'll set up a timer that'll always work. And actually, I should be able to add the command.
Thanks, dude. I'll see what I can do there. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, you have mod status.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we begin with the party is on La Floridita, their ship. Crewed by not a skeleton crew, but a zombie crew that came with the ship, as well as its captain, Rage and Rolls Kingston. A bit of a shout out to the other channel as well.
What?
Their fearless captain, Thorindir Grimsbane, heir to the Grimsbane fortune, had tasked them with heading to the city of Grastulach in the Underdark, all across the Dark Lake. When they arrived, Thorindir, though, hasn't left his room. He's been staying in there for the entire voyage. He's been saying, he's got to get ready. He's not ready to come into the city. And as Paulie, you open the door to the captain's quarters. You give that sort of soft knock. Inside, a curtain's actually been put up and placed, blocking off your view of the room. Beyond, you can see the silhouette of a dwarf, silhouetted from the light coming through his window. Rainbows dance around the roof and the floor, perhaps refracted through that diamond hand of his. And the sweet sounds of the dulcimer play, but then they kind of cut off. He gets a few notes in, but then he cuts off. And he says, "Lads, there's something I need you to do for me. A trinket I need you to retrieve. I can't leave this room. It's just beyond me at the moment. I don't even want anyone to see me right now. But there's something you could do. Paulie, my boy, get the crew together. There's a magical artifact that once belonged to the Grimsbane family for countless generations. Its powers were immense but subtle. They gave you the confidence and the strength of family, the Grimsbane name, to go out there and be who you need to be you at 100%. But unfortunately, a family member of mine gambled it away recently. And I've just got word through magical means that the casino he lost it at is here in Grastulach. Paulie, will you do me this? Geese. Not geese, I know you're an Aarakocran. But go to this casino and get my family's heirloom back.
All right. But Thorindir, I've got one request. Now, I understand two things about this situation. First off, Thorindir Grimsbane, we go to Grim, he's a little bit of a pansy about it, but I'm hoping at some point you realise that we need you and you need to face your fears and make sure that you put your namesake to good use, all right, and you show these Grim why you are their bane. The second is even more important. Give me a little twirl. I just want to see that booty for like one last time, then I'll fucking go.
You see a bit of an outline of because you can only just see the silhouette, and he says, "Well, I mean, you thought you had this booty, my lad, but even I don't feel up to showing this booty today, and that goes to show that it can affect even I, Thorindir Grimsbane, this darkness, this cloud that's hanging over me. But I'm glad you're there for me, Paulie." And he you see sort of a small rump come through the curtain.
Like he doesn't cheek.
Well, like it's sort of the outline of it, but there's still a curtain between you and the butt. But you can certainly see a shape, a nice peach shape in the curtain.
Perfect.
And
I want to do some Jurassic Park, like stare off at it like in the silhouette, and then I'll just kind of like hold my breath, and then I'll just turn around and walk out of the room.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just so you understand, and anyone who might be watching, for a while there, Paulie was Thorindir, at least in the mind, and he realised how beautiful it is, and then how beautiful dwarves are, especially Thorindir himself. So, no matter what happens now, that little mind mania part, just every now and then he just glimpses at Thorindir and goes,
So you have your request, Paulie. How do you address the troops?
I'll tell him everything that Thorindir said, and I would definitely want to go to this casino if you guys want to. Beforehand, though, Nesbit, where is he? Where's my little boy? Where's my buddy?
Here.
There you are. There you are, you little pal. All right.
Yeah.
So, really important. Now, we can tell the rest of the guys later. They'll it's you and I, buddy. It's you and I. All right? They'll listen to whatever we want to do. Don't worry about it. Now, we need to look really rich. and I need you to sit on my shoulder and be my little pal and don't blow anything up. All right?
Poorly. You've tried this many times before. It didn't work then, and it's not going to work now.
Oh, come on. Oh, well, all right, just stay close because, you know what I mean? I just don't know how you're going to go with the fireworks and everything else like that. So just for now, just stay around me. And if you go too bloody far, all right, I'll be putting a leash on you. I swear to God.
Did you want to hold one of these bombs just in case?
I mean, yes. Yes, I do want to do that.
Give me some time to try and figure out how to make one for you, just for you.
This is a terrible idea and I'm excited about it.
Terrified. Terrified. I'm dead. I'm dead this session. It's happening. Back to the drawing board. Time to make my 7th character.
All right. Cool. So you depart the ship. The city of Garastulug, known as the City of Grim, stretches out before you. You are sort of parked in the dock, the sort of the main docks area on the Dark Lake side of the city. There's sort of constant smog and smoke and haze going throughout the air. You sort of walk down the gangplank over to the thanks, Jacob. Over to sort of where the center of commerce is in this city. Beyond the smog and beyond the sounds of ringing hammers and haggling, you see sort of what looks like a much fancier ship off in the distance. It's got sort of golden arches. It looks all gold. It actually looks almost like a pile of gold sitting on the water, with sort of festooned buttresses. Ships don't have buttresses. Fortifications along the side, banisters even, and a big sort of carved dragon's head on the bow. Now, you see a beautiful woman kind of out the front saying, Come to the dragon's hoard, make your fortune. It's ladies' night tonight in the dragon's hoard. 1 free drink for every 100 gold you lose. You, sir. And you know, they're pointing to Duragar, and this woman is sort of pointing to different passers-by, trying to convince them to board this ship. But you have a moment if you would like to get anything in town. Obviously, there's a center of commerce here in the Underdark. What would you like to do?
Thorindy's got all our money.
Yeah, I do have somewhat of an idea. I would very much like to go and see if there are any people here that quite like spider silk dresses, so I can pad my pockets a little bit more before we go to the casino.
Absolutely. So you notice that mostly it is Duragar merchants. But as you weave through the town, you do see a number of drow merchants as well that seem to have come off the ship and are buying and selling wares. Now, do you want to approach some drow, or do you want to approach a Duragar?
Actually, how far away from the ship?
You're not too far. I mean, you've just stepped onto land.
I might just fly back quickly and just try and sneak out like a couple hundred or maybe a couple thousand gold.
Jesus Christ, we don't have that much gold.
I mean, look, it's the Bank of Thorindy. I'll pay him back eventually. It'll be a lot of interest, but
Did he not give us our share of our gold?
No.
I thought that was the thing. Why do I have 1,500 gold pieces?
Do you? Did he divvy it out?
I
spent all mine.
You have nothing.
I'm just gonna nick like a couple hundred gold from Thorindy then.
Well, because I took my share off him to manage it myself, so he didn't have to.
The Bank of Thorindy is much like the Bank of Mum. It always gets paid back when he retires.
Yeah.
This is true. Well, I would like to, whilst Paulie is going to pickpocket our dear friend Thorindia, I'm going to, can I make a perception check to see which of these vendors that are floating around at the moment look like the most like a snake oil salesman?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So give me an insight check, unless you've got something better, or unless you can argue to me something better, to sort of figure out who's the best or who's the snakiest oil salesman in this city.
Okay, I'll happily just go with the flat insight. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine by me. Oh well, that was pointless. I'm getting ripped off.
Yes, you.
Wait, unless I do have favored by the gods. Where did it go? I just want to saving throw. No, never mind.
Okay. So you're looking around. You've got your sort of satchel or your brown paper bag of folded drow silk clothing, and you're looking around, and a Durgar comes up to you and says, "Ah, a discerning customer, a man of fine repute, of excellent taste. How may I serve you today in the city of Grim? You can call me." I'm gonna have to do it because Aaron's here. You can call me the biggest Steve.
Yikes.
I give you great deal, whatever you like. We have here in the city of Grim.
Well, I'm gonna turn around and don't you insult me. I'm not a fine gentleman. I was wondering though, do you take in the spider silk? Do you know of anyone that would perhaps?
Oh yes, I have many connections with the spiders, with the drow. They all know me, the biggest Steve. I have big following. I'm doing a Spooktember special just for you.
Yeah. Well, I would happily. I'm looking to offload 5 of these. They are in pristine condition. I have 5 to offload, but for the right price, I will sell 5. If it is not a good price, I'd best not be selling them.
Of course, a drow of your stature, come off a fine ship with excellent wares, I'm sure. Let me give you great price here, all the money for you in Grassulach. And he sort of starts opening them up, sort of fingering the quality of the cloth, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm afraid perhaps you were deceived, my friend. These are not great. There's not as good quality, perhaps. But I look, I can do a deal for you. I give you 20 gold each. How about that?"
I'll pass.
Okay.
I will absolutely pass. I will hold on to these for much longer. And I will just, I'm assuming like he's a Durigar, so I'm going to look down at him like with a very disgusted look and just walk away from him.
Yeah.
Like I'm offended. That was, he has affronted me. I am not happy.
Okay. So, no counter. As you walk away, he's like, "Where's the counter offer, drow? Drow don't know how to haggle. They come here, bloody tourists."
I'll yell back over my shoulder, 500 gold apiece, and continue walking.
He swears at you in Dwarvish, and spices in with a bit of Undercommon as well. "You hook horror spittle. Bloody tourists, go back to Menzo Baranzan."
I'll swear back at him in Celestial.
Okay. He doesn't get it. He said, they come to our town, they don't even learn themselves a language.
I would like to just give him a little insult, just loud enough that he hears me in Undercommon as well. So he's just to be like, just a little, "Hey guy, back off."
Yeah.
In Undercommon.
Yeah, good. Cool. What's everyone else doing?
Before we leave the ship, Winfred sort of takes his time leaving the ship because he knows Thorindir is going through a hard time. So he goes up to the door, which is probably closed at this point, and just like says through the door, he goes, "I understand you're going through a tough time, and when we were going through a tough time back when I was a little backup, it was always nice to speak to a friend. So, and I take the little mushroom friend that I carry around on my head, and I like put him down next to the door. Like, here's a friend that I talk to when I'm sad, and I think you could use that right now. He's a very good listener, mainly because he doesn't have a mouth, but he's still very good. I'll see you later, and take good care of yourself and drink some water. Okay, bye bye. And then he'll follow everybody else sort of like loosely behind, and catch up with the with Sawn. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second there. Catch up with Sawn as he's talking to the biggest Steve, and I would like to size up the biggest Steve next to Winfred and see how big this Steve is.
So you size him. It's more like you size him down because he is a Duragar. So he's not big in terms of size. He's biggest in terms of bargains. He puts it, come see the biggest Steve, the best. This is the best city in all the Underdark. Ignore what you've heard about Blingden Stone. Here in the city of Grim, we have the best prices. We buy what you don't want for great. You walk away. You practically walk away with money buying things from the biggest Steve.
I'm just imagining, especially knowing the biggest Steve in real life, I'm just imagining his whole shop is actually just a dumpster on wheels. You know what I mean?
So I tune into this conversation as Sawn's talking to him. I'm like, you Steves don't seem like you're very big. If you're the biggest one, I feel really bad for the people that are smaller than you. And
he turns to
something.
Is anyone there with you, or is it just you that have walked up? Because
I think it's just me. I'm pretty sure it's just me and Sawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have this interaction while I was just before I walked off. I'm insulting the guy.
Yeah. I just wanted to get a word in before we moved on with the story. But yeah, I want to try and find something to cheer up Thorindir. So my thing that I'm doing at the moment is I'm looking around for things that Thorindir might enjoy.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Can we? I've got a really good idea. I'm just gonna message it to you, Dan.
Perception. There we go. That's a solid 9.
You get distracted by some of the different delicacies
Of course
and
I do.
offerings your big bear nose just leads you, and you're like, oh, something for Thorindir, something for Thorindir. Ooh, what's that smell?
Something for Winfred.
And you kind of get distracted by there's sort of a steamed fish seafood kind of store. There's a combination of sort of a steamed area, and they're also doing sort of char grilled. One guy is actually grilling crustaceans on top of his forge while he's working metal. And it gives it this kind of iron tinged smell about it.
Sounds like a really good way to get food poisoning, but I respect it.
Yeah. Nesbit, what are you doing now that you've been given shore leave? And
is Paulie nearby?
I think Paulie doesn't leave your side at the moment.
Fantastic.
No, most likely. If I was gonna leave and run off, I'd be grabbing you and come on.
Paulie, let's see if we can find a merchant that sells some of this black powder.
Yes, absolutely. I pretty much, actually, from what I remember anyway, I said that if we made it through and you stayed by my side, I'd be buying you some of that powder.
Oh, that sounds fantastic because my wallet is very empty right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But before that, we just need to quickly run back to the ship and go get money because I am always broke. I definitely just quickly run back with Nesbit to the ship and then just try and steal Thorindir's wallet.
You.
Jesus
I think
Christ.
this isn't even a check. I think that do you know where he keeps it? He keeps it on a shelf that he thinks is too tall, is too low for you.
And he can't hear me through from all the Mayday parade playing. So he's just crying and he's in his bed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and My
Chemical Romance,
I think if we asked Aaron, it would be he puts it there. He's hidden it enough so Paulie thinks he's trying to steal it. Oh, that
Yes.
thinks that he's clever, but he's really left it there because he knows Paulie will find it. And if he made it too easy, Paulie wouldn't steal it.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, you can definitely withdraw from the Bank of Thorindir.
Perfect.
Seeing as he's not here.
I'll write an IOU note, and I'll just like IOU 400 gold.
Yeah, Nesbit,
IUO.
IUO.
Nesbit, you've certainly find sort of an alchemist dream of a stand. There's a bunch of Sant Bly's powder, which when ignited can kind of melt through steel. There's a number of different sort of acids and reagents, and give you sort of, especially as the special guest, you get to be the treasured child in this game. You're essentially going to get carte blanche onto. If you tell me you want to get some mixtures together, we're definitely going to do it.
I am keen for some of this powder. What did you call it?
Sant Bly's powder.
Sant Bly's powder. Some of that magic.
Yeah. So that's probably,
go ahead.
we'll say 150 gold.
I got it.
Thanks, Paulie. And maybe just one acid, if I can make that happen as well.
We'll get you sort of a vial of acid. Probably, we'll say 40 gold. So Sant Bly's powder is essentially sort of a thermite-esque kind of deal. And then there's very, very bright, very hot, and burns through metal. And then you've got general acids that you can use for whatever takes your fancy. Made of genuine, and he assures you, genuine gelatinous acid. This stuff goes through everything but bone. You will, 100%, do not get this on you. Also, there's no warranty. Also, there's no refunds. Also, I'm not liable if you happen to spill it on yourself.
Fantastic. So in case I do have any kind of incidents, or to prevent such incidents, looking for small glass vials.
Yeah, he's got an array of them, and
I've got about half a dozen.
Yeah, for sure. Throws them in, that's fine.
Great. Oh, this will be great, Paulie. This will be great. There's going to be quite the party we're going to put on here.
All right. Definitely just going to whisper to him. All right. So if this artifact is in this bloody casino, let's be really honest, this is probably going to be a sweet ass safe heist. So if this acid does go through everything, just remember, this could be a lot of fun and get very stupid very quickly. All right?
You're right. We should get one more, shouldn't we?
We should get one more. You're absolutely correct.
One more vial of acid.
One more. Is that 40 gold you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow I'm going to die.
If he doesn't get covered in blood and guts first.
Yeah, look. Well, I do have all my spell slots, so I can get out of the way of things very easily.
All right.
Perfect.
Is there anything else?
I'll be real with you. Chemical burns are nothing to fuck with. I've got a couple of them on my arms from doing dumb shit when I was younger. Absolute care must be taken with those.
Oh, trust me, there will be all the care.
Oh, yeah.
Good. All right. Done. Let's go scope out this fancy casino.
Let's. Time of day at the moment?
Oh, actually, before that, sorry. I'm just going to walk up to everyone's favorite lovable bear and just go, so I heard you were looking for a way to cheer up Thorindir. And then I'm just going to...
He doesn't seem like he's having a great time, so I want to make him have a better time than what he's having.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm just going to chuck the wallet, at Winfred. I'm really hoping that Thorindir's wallet has Grimsbane, not just his initials, but the whole thing. Thorindir Grimsbane is written in gold.
Oh, it says Grim Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh god.
I take one look at this wallet and I'm like, isn't this Thorindir's wallet?
Yes, it is. And then there's something that'll make him happy. That needs to be full to the bursting of coins. Now we've taken out a lot of it already, so we're down. But that's the beauty of the casinos, baby. Sometimes you go, sometimes you go down, sometimes you go up. And I didn't really tell him that I took it, so we should definitely try to do something about that.
Try and go up.
Can I make an insight check, please, Dan?
What are you trying to intuit?
I want to know if I just want to know if Paulie's being mischievous or if he's genuinely like stolen money from Thorindir on one of his worst days.
All right, roll it, and so what does Winfred think? Firstly, before you roll, so what is
Winfred doesn't think a lot, so this is what the insight check is for.
Okay.
So just like where's my insight? I only have a +1 to insight, so like this could go one of two ways. Yeah, Winfred doesn't see shit. He's just like, oh, I think that's a great idea. Let's go.
That's a really sweet idea, Winfred. Especially because you forgot that you were going to get him something nice.
Yeah.
And this looks like a nice wallet that he would probably really like to receive. And when you're fuller, you feel better. So if you make the wallet fuller, maybe that'll feel better too.
Winfred thinks exactly that. I turn around to Paulie. I'm like, this is a great idea, Paulie. He like nothing more than gold and lots of it. So let's fill this thing up. Okay, let's go. And he just like wanders off into the casino, thinking he's doing a great thing.
So this
Actually, I'm just gonna whisper to Nesbit. As long as you have the bear on your side, you can get away with murder. Literally.
Sorn is very, very worried for his safety because he is the newest member of the party right now. He's like, am I going to get murdered?
So okay, what's the dress code in this casino? Because like I think it's pretty well known now that like Winfred wears a crop top and not much else.
Mhm.
So it's a kilt. It's crop top. But like
Crop kilt.
Oh my god, I love the map. These tables look so cool.
oh, they look fucking sick.
So
That looks great.
as you get closer, you see that there is a very eclectic clientele. From what you can see, most of the people serving or handing out cards out the front. There's a lot of goblins, with little sort of cigarette trays, like handing out cards and handing out vouchers and things like that. And sort of the woman out the front, sort of tall, slender, wearing this beautiful blue sort of cocktail dress, is sort of out the front there taking people's names, essentially checking them in to, hey, welcome to the Dragon's Hoard. Hope you have a lovely stay. And as you get a bit closer, you notice that her eyes are a little weird. So even, there's just all sorts down here in the Underdark.
This just whisper to Paulie. Paulie, this woman, she creeps me out. Can we just move on?
Yeah, right. Sounds good to me.
I'm
I'm gonna like tip my hat off and just go, lady, and then just try and just charm my way past her.
Yeah, as you do that, she says, "Oh, excuse me, gentlemen. You'll have to check your weapons. Thanks. There's no weapons allowed at the tables of the Dragon's Hoard, as you can imagine. Now, of course, we can give you a receipt, and you will receive them upon departure. But yes, no. I can see your bear friend here has a big old warhammer. That's a no-no. That rapier, absolutely not. Sawn, what do you carry?
I have a very ornate magic spear.
Yeah.
Winfred's just looking at his warhammer, just like, what's wrong with this?
She says, now, of course, this is look. It is an excellent warhammer, sir. Now it will be very safe with me and Gus here. She sort of motions down to a sort of a little goblin at her side. He's looking up at the warhammer like, what the fuck? It's bigger than him. She said, look, leave it in the care of Gus. He will make sure it stays safe. Though we do offer a premium service for our more discerning clientele. We can, if you're worried about it, we can store it in the vault for you. Though it does come at a cost of 5 gold pieces per item.
Keep
Ooh.
it in the cloakroom so it's closer to me. It was
Now,
very
now, now,
precious.
now, guys. Just let's think about this. We're not that far from our ship. We could store a lot of this stuff here. Do you mind if we come back with just a quick deliberation with our friends before we do this? Is
Of
that
course,
okay?
but make sure you don't wait too long because those tables are hot, and who knows how hot they'll be.
All
Strike while the iron's hot. Get in now. Donate now to Beyond Blue because you never know when you might miss your opportunity. She doesn't say. That's just.
Oh, yeah. Done. All right, and I'm just gonna try and usher the guys around. First person I'm going to talk to is Nesbit. I'm like, now Nesbit, those bombs,
Bombs, what bombs?
circumference wise, how large are we talking?
Look at his hands, his fairly small hands, looks at your hands, points to your hands. If we're looking at about the size of your hand, small, about the size of the vial we have.
Now those vials, how strong are they to crushing?
Well, I've never had to try and crush a vial before.
Yeah, but
Hopefully
involuntary crushing.
I'm very worried.
Where are you thinking of putting this?
Now look, there's only a couple places
Sword's back
where the
pocket.
sun doesn't shine on an Aarakocran, okay? And what goes up his cloaca is the Aarakocran's own business, okay?
Well, let's just put it this way. You heard the man at the store just as I did. Any risk you take is your own. I'd probably advise we don't put that where you're suggesting. If you wish to see tomorrow.
Tomorrow's very far away, and there's probably a lot of gold in that vault.
Oh god.
It's all right. Look, it's fine. We have places to put this. Are we outside the front door, hidden from view at the moment?
Sure, you've kind of walked around the corner.
Yeah.
You did.
I mean, we could probably hide some of the stuff.
Yeah.
They're not.
I take Nesbit takes his right shoe off and pours the sun blaze into his shoe, then puts his shoes back on. And his acid bottles in a small pouch considered medicine.
Yeah, so you put those little small vials. They're only tiny, and it's only when they mix. Do they become pretty bad, or when they break open. Contact air, I think, is the main problem. Especially with some of that. I think you have some alchemist fire I've given your character. And also, I think all your spells are mostly explosion related that I've given you. And you're able to sort of hand the little vials to Ratty, your little rat friend, effectively a rat familiar, who'll kind of help sequester them about different parts of your body. You've got a little mini pocketed vest that you can put these things on for sure. You're looking at people coming in. Mostly they're being checked for sort of obvious weapons, not necessarily. They're not really emptying out their bags and pockets. It's not quite
Right. Okay.
So, having put all these things around, it's like, guys, this will be fine. Like just the obvious things. We just have to get rid of the obvious things, like this, and this, and point at all the massive weapons you guys are holding.
Just don't like being without talent.
As you say that, you catch Winfred trying to stuff it into his crop top, thinking that someone's gonna.
Nesbit just sits back and considers it for a moment. Try again, Winfred. We might have to try a different spot for that thing. Maybe you should talk to Paulie about that one.
Paulie?
Yeah, the hammer's not going to work, sweetheart.
Okay. We'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll try and make a more compact one. Version 2.
I'm happy to keep it in the cloakroom at least. That's where it's near to me.
Maybe it wouldn't be a terrible idea putting him in the vault.
It'd be close.
There's a lot of gold in there.
Yeah. And if we burn through,
you see just a big grin
think of
come off the bear.
Thorindir's wallet, Winfred. Think of it.
Someone would very much like to see the inside of this vault.
Yeah.
Research purposes.
Okay. Miss.
Yeah. Let's go back over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back over there.
I go back over to the lady.
Right.
And I go, Miss Lady, if it would be okay for me to put my hammer and my compatriot's weapons in the vault, that would be quite nice. And he tries she said 5 gold each, right?
Yeah.
So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and like hands her 4 gold pieces. 5. How many people we got?
There's 4
Um,
of you.
5 times because he can't count beyond 4.
Yeah.
Because he only has 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. And
Now, actually, yeah, before you do that, I actually know why. So while you're doing that, I'm going to say, but just this weapon means a lot to me. Like it means a real, like a man of the ant to me. And I'm certain your safe is fine. But is there any way that I can see where you are storing my beautiful, beautiful weapon?
That's highly irregular. We of course are backed by the Dragon's Horde itself. We're well established, and King D, is his word is safer than houses. Certainly safer than houses down here in the Underdark. Can you not trust that we would be able to put it in the vault, that we will keep it safe? You will get a ticket and everything.
All right, fine. And then I'll chuck the extra 4 gold across.
So Gus the goblin so what are you all depositing?
I'm gonna have my daggers like tucked into my feathers.
Okay, give me a
Definitely.
sleight of hand check for that for sure.
Yeah.
Guidance that.
Yeah.
What is guidance at D plus D4?
You get a D4.
Right.
So Sorn prays to Talos that Paulie won't fuck this shit up.
Yeah. Probably won't get us all killed.
That is 18 with guidance.
So there's a moment where you're sort of stuffing the daggers in your between your feathers and into kind of different holsters and things like that you have, and you see Gus looking at you a bit weirdly, but then there's sort of a crack of thunder, or what sounds like sort of a crack of lightning, perhaps even the splitting of wood, and Gus is momentarily distracted. And as you drop one of the knives, I go, "Oh crap!" and sort of put it back. And when he looks back, you're not moving anymore, and it's fine. Had he not looked away, he may have seen you drop that knife.
Thanks to the guidance.
I don't think you would know. Like I just sort of like pat you on the back, and as I pat you on the back, you hear that little crack.
Oh, no, that wasn't Paulie saying that.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
Winfred?
Yeah, Winfred hands over his hammer, and then he like turns around and he like puts a finger up, and then he goes back, and then he like gets the shield off of him that Ymir gave him, from Ymir that Paulie gave him, and then he gets the moon sickle and puts that out, and then he gets a couple of javelins that he had left and puts them out, and then he gets a loaded crossbow and like pulls it off of his back, but you don't see it on his back; it just appears from his back, and he puts it on the table as well. And what else have I got?
As you put it on the table, like it fires and just thunks into the wood.
I really hope that doesn't happen. But like then he sort of like checks all the fat folds on his body, like you're checking your pockets, and he's like, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorn, what do you offer up?
Son will just like do a little bit of a flourish when he grabs his spear and just hand it over, like sharp side facing away from them.
Yep.
Like you would hand over a knife.
Yep. I'd give him my short bow too. Like so my short bow and my
I think that's.
Yep.
Let me just double check. Do I have anything else? Yeah, no, that's it. That's the only weapon that Sorn has.
Cool. Nesbit,
rather cumbersomely and awkwardly pulls his crossbow out from his side, hands it over with some crossbow bolts as well. That's it.
Cool. All right. You are given tickets. You're each given a ticket for these items. You see that they're piled into sort of a big pile, and you see the last thing you see is Gus trying to drag the giant warhammer across the floor and barely making progress. As you enter into the glittering casino, big golden letters with what appears to be sort of like green foliage, kind of eyes all around it. The Dragon's Hoard. And there's a myriad of tables. You can hear the clinking of winnings and so on. And you are approached by a small automaton that comes up to you. It's got sort of a tray on its head. And it says, "Welcome to the Dragon's Hoard. May I offer you a tasty beverage?"
You got him there.
Absolutely. Nesbit runs up, ready.
So you reach up, Nesbit. You're able to get a big pint glass. It's mostly just beers up there. And as other people walk past and kind of like drop off their empties, he grabs it and like puts it below his spigot and fills it up again and then puts it back on top.
We need one of those.
Sorn will ask if there is any green wine about.
He says, yes, we have a fully stocked bar. Please head up the stairs to your left. To your right, you will find the cages where you can get your chips to play. And to the left is the full service bar.
This was an automaton, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna go. Have you ever thought about being a pirate?
Out of cheese era, unsure of query.
All right.
Sorn's just gonna make his way in while this is happening.
As soon as
I'm sorry,
Nesbit
I don't know
goes
why that got me so much. Oh god!
I mean,
okay.
look, next to a wallet brimming with coins, nothing else could have made Thorndim happier than a living
automaton
beer
that
keg.
serves you drinks.
Correct.
Oh god, that's very funny. That reminds me of Treasure Planet.
I'm definitely gonna try and charm the automaton as best I possibly can.
All right, give me a persuasion check. Are you?
Fuck yeah!
I'm just singing him grand house. Like I've got him like around the shoulder. I'm like making him look out to the Underdark Sea through the door. And go. Just imagine it. Sailing the seas with us merry band of idiots.
I can't guidance you for this one because I've already walked away.
No, that's fair enough.
Ooh, that's
15.
okay.
It's not terrible.
The automaton seems to be listening to you very intently. You're not sure if it's swayed by your arguments or it's just a bartender.
Look, as a former bartender, I know that exact thought. He is not swayed at all. He's like, yeah, buddy, sure.
That sounds really good. That's that sounds excellent. You must be very happy with your life. I certainly wish that could be me, but alas, I have job to do. I must go serve more drinks. Will you be okay? Would you like another?
And I'll be like this. We'll talk later. And give him like little finger guns. From my finger guns, I'm going to pull out like a business card and then just like try and like throw it into his teeth. You know what I mean? Like, so that way he's got it for later. He's like,
Yeah, you kind of wedge it in the seam of where the neck and the body, like the keg body is, because he doesn't seem to have teeth or a proper mouth, perfect, so to speak. But you're able to kind of fold it in there.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
As soon as Nesbit walks in, he's trying to suss out the exits.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So give me a perception check to see what you see, or I'll accept actually investigation from you because you're very you're trying to do something specific.
1, 2.
So the main things you notice, there's no other doors on this level. Up at the top of each end, sort of the bow and the stern, do open out to the open air. It appears to be sort of like a smoking deck, where it is open and therefore theoretically you could maybe go out and over. On the front of the ship, sort of the front room, there appears to be sort of doors. They are guarded by, or standing attentively, is a drow with a sort of a pistol crossbow on his hip and a long sword. There's actually a drow on the other end of the other, where another door is on this ground level as well. What you do see is one of the beer robots, another beer robot sort of come out of that door with sort of a plate of food on its head, and it starts walking around and moving around, delivering food to each of the tables. And you kind of catch a glimpse in the gloom beyond there that there are stairs going down. The doors up here stay closed, and there's sort of two what appear to be suits of armor in front of them. And actually, as you're watching, people come in and out. People seem to go in with money and come out with sort of like trays of poker chips, and then re-enter into the rest of the place. You also get a bit of a look around. There's obviously a medley of different kinds of people, lots of different gaming tables, mostly run by goblins, goblin sort of pit bosses running the tables themselves. You do spot something interesting, though. There is a fine feathered figure off in the far corner of the room, and he looks like this.
Cool.
Oh, we found a love interest for Paulie.
Let's go.
And he's going sort of table to table, sort of walking up to people, looking down at them, being like, "Oh, yes, you're having a good time," and seems to be sort of walking around meeting everybody. And occasionally he's throwing poker chips at people's heads.
Yeah, we have a love interest for Paulie. We're good. And I love this is now an Ara Cochrane custom. Let's go.
Standing next to him, and sort of like one step behind and kind of looming menacingly, is this figure.
Well,
look,
there's a new friend too.
It's alternate casino us.
Except I am two different people because there are two drow.
Yeah, good point.
All right, so you've got a lot in front of you. Nesbit, you've sort of stoked out that there are doors that seem to go other places. One in particular seems to go down. One appears to lead to the cashier cage, where you can transfer your chips for coins and vice versa. The main exit, though, seems to be this gangplank that you've walked up in on. Okay. There are open air areas, though. You notice that the smog of the city is not permeating into this place, despite it being open air at the sort of the bow and the stern. So perhaps there's something sort of holding that at bay.
I want to go and talk to Sorn.
He's walked off.
I can't. Sorn's gone.
He's running back. Sorn comes back with his green wine julep, his green mint julep.
I'll be back, but I'm still listening.
Having followed Sorn in, I say, Sorn, do you think it's odd that this guy over here has a weapon, and this guy over here has a weapon, and the massive bear guy over there also has a rather large weapon? Now, these two here are guarding doors that are closed. One I've seen come and go, trays of food and people with cash and chips. One has stayed closed. What do you think?
Definitely keeping an eye on that door that is yet to open. But the ones with the weapons do appear to be employees or guards of some sort. Could I also please try to make a perception check to see if I can cast magic in here? I would like to just try and summon a dancing light in my hand and dismiss it. Just see if that'll work.
Yeah, you don't need to do any checks or anything like that. You begin to cast the spell, even surreptitiously, sort of behind your back or sort of covered. You can make the light appear. There doesn't seem to be any magic dampening fields or anything like that.
Fantastic.
I make eye contact with this bear figure in the far corner, and I immediately go and introduce myself to him.
Yeah.
Like as soon as like I'll go over there and be like, "Oh, hello, hi, my name is Winfred. I'm from the Yellow Fur Clan. What's your name?" It's been a while since I've seen another bear kid. This is really exciting.
They sort of look you up and down and give you like a bit of a and say name's Bernice.
Bernice. Bernice. That's
Great. I love it. I love
that's
it.
genius.
I love
That's
it.
genius. I love that. Like, hey, Bernice, they let you in with a weapon. That's absolutely incredible. How did you do that? I would really like to know, please.
She says, well, if you get a job here, they'll let you carry a weapon.
If I get a job here, ooh. So you're working right now. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't suppose you need another.
She says, yeah, I'm the lead security guard here bodyguard for King D. And she motions to the what kind of
Peacock.
the peacock Aarakocra, the peacockran. And she says, don't get it twisted. I'm in charge here, whatever these drow say.
Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye starts playing in Winfred's head.
Perfect.
She looks at you and says, if you try and hurt him, I will tear you apart.
Yes, ma'am.
On that, can Paulie just like sidle up to the bear? I could say as into Winfred, and then goes like, look, and then I want to like pretend like we're reenacting like that Spider-Man scene, you know, like they're like pointing at each other.
While you're sort of pointing at yourself and Winfred and then Bernice and King D, you are struck in the head with a poker chip. And the feathers like lance out, and King D is like, welcome, yes, to the Dragon's Horde. You're right, it is me, King D. Hold your applause.
Done. Yeah.
I know you're very overwhelmed to be here, but look, good luck to you. Good, and he sort of shakes your hand, and shakes Winfred's hand, and he says, "May the tables be ever in your favor. Here's one poker chip to get you started." And he flicks it at Winfred's head.
I'm definitely, you know what?
Try the tables. Sorry,
Aarakocrans deserve nothing but the finest. I'm going to flick a gold coin at his head, you know, just give him one of them. And then in Aarakocran...
Bernice like snatches it out of midair with her giant bear paws.
That's fair. That's fair. I can respect that.
Very serious about her job.
But in Aarakocran, I'm just going to do like a greeting, you know, say, it's been a while since I've seen any of you. And like, I didn't really think there was any of us under here, you know, they like not many of us get around these parts very often.
And he says, how quaint, the old language. Let's see if I still remember it. It's very nice to see you. Your feathers are looking nice. Look, I will send you I have a Coatoan who does my color and brings out the shine. It's very vibrant.
I immediately hate this. I hate this fucking peacock.
Yeah,
Paulie
I
is
was
like
getting
visibly,
some sus vibes about it as
like
well.
visibly, like I am a beautiful parrot. I am vibrant and glorious. Like this is all happening in like Paulie's head. He's just seething now.
Feathers
the second he said, "I'll
to...
send someone to send your colors," yeah, like you know, the wings go up a little bit, the feathers kind of ruffle out, and then I'm pretty much just gonna like you know, go, thank you, send it my way. In common, I'm gonna just completely cut off Aarakocran and go back to common. Yep. Send me their number, and then I'm gonna like drag Thorindir away.
Winfred, yeah.
Sorry, Winfred.
yeah. All right, so I'll follow Paulie, but like also like trailing off as we're walking off, I'll like go back, look back at Bernice and be like, bye.
I would actually love even like the fact that like I try to drag you away, but I don't move you at all.
Look, usually when somebody drags Winfred away, Winfred just goes.
Yeah,
Winfred just
true,
goes.
that's fair.
Like, I don't think he's really like aware of how big and heavy he is. So
Yeah.
as soon as he feels like somebody's moving, he just moves with them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I will relay back to Nesbit that we are able to cast spells and shit in here.
That's a worry.
I'm not sure of Nesbit's skill set, as I am fairly new to the group at the moment. But I would just say, if you have any magic, it's possible to use it currently. And then I'll make my way over and I want to cash out 100 gold into poker chips as well.
Yep. Absolutely. So you've
Just
got
gonna
just make that note. You got 100 gold in. It's so the design motif is on one side of the chip is sort of a dragon's head, though it does look a little bit bird-like. And then on the other side is a picture of the ship itself, sort of as if it's this sort of pile of gold on the back end. You essentially get a bunch of singles, tens, etc. Whatever you need. I'm not going to keep track of it.
I'll figure out the split. That's fine.
And there's a number of games you're being enticed to play. You can sort of wander around, do a lap of the tables. You see something called vaults. There is Liar's Dice and an old classic, Halflings and Giants, and of course even sort of blackjack.
So I take Paulie over to the chip cages, and I'm trying to like wrap my head around it and be like, so we have to cash in real money for fake money so we can make real money?
Getting it. So good thing you do is this, right? And then I'll take the wallet back off Winfred and then just dump the whole amount onto the table.
God.
Yeah. Okay, so we empty it then we fill it up with new gold again.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
After buying all of the stuff, I only took 400, so I can't do quick maths right now because I'm hopeless. So that's 230. So I got 170 gold. Not much. just dump the 170 gold.
But you took all of it? No, it was
no.
That's everyone's. That's all of your wages because I took mine.
No. I would do that if Thorundir was here.
Can't do it because he can't defend himself.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you head to the cashier cage. And transfer your sort of what coins and gems you were able to pilfer from Daddy's wallet and turn them into poker chips. I'm getting a lot of Empire Records vibes from this scenario, if you've seen that movie.
Nesbit walks over. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
No. That's okay. Go for it.
Is that a roulette wheel in the center of the room there?
Yeah.
Sure is.
And Nesbit walks over, reaches into his pocket, pulls out 1 gold and puts it on red. No, that's roulette. No, that's another one.
That's roulette. That's roulette.
Yeah.
That's right. That's roulette. That's roulette.
Red.
Yeah.
Red.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to roll. Essentially, it's going to be a coin flip. I'll roll a 1d2, and 1 will be black, 2 will be red. And so you're putting it on red?
Yes. Just trying to look very casual, blend in while continue to watch the surroundings.
Cool. So that's on red.
Yeah, beauty. Picks up his 2 gold.
Yeah.
Walks on.
Give me a perception check while you're
broad smile on his face. He's a winner.
Yeah, the goblin that's running the roulette table, very professional. You notice as well, or you kind of get a little bit distracted by the fact that the roulette table is actually built into what would be a capstan on any other ship. and would normally, be spun to raise the anchor. But in this case, they've built a roulette table on top of it.
Awesome.
Just admiring the craftsmanship.
That's right. Although you do sort of, while you're there, you notice that it's gold painted. It's not all real gold. It's actually, a lot of it's sort of timber and metal. Despite it all being this beautiful golden color, it's not even really like gold plated. It's just sort of a gold color. It's gold-ish.
Okay. I can see as he's sitting there or about to move away, he sort of moves his arm along part of it and can see some of the flakes come off on his hands. He's like, what the shit is this?
yeah, exactly. Despite this being sort of very Trump-esque, it all seems very surface.
Perfect. Paul is going to walk Winfred over after grabbing all those poker chips, and I'm also going to go up and walk up to the roulette table.
Yep.
And now, Winfred, what you do is this, right? So you get all your coins, and then you put it all on black.
Got it. Okay, so he just gets the 170 golds worth of poker chips and puts it all on black.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh no.
Nesbit turns back and puts 1 gold on black.
I'm trying to see if I can actually do a roulette table. I can. I've got one. You're not going to see the flip, but there is one with it's all red and black, except there are 2 greens in the mix.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
it's an actual table. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So you've put it both on black.
Yep.
23 red. They take your money.
Oh, good.
Someone will walk over to Winfred and just hand him another 50 gold worth of chips and say, give it another shot.
Okay, and then
got to double down.
all of that
Double
on
down.
black.
All of that on black. All right.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to put this on screen because this is hilarious. That's I can do it for the people playing at home. Here we go. We got a roulette wheel. Those of you in the stream can see it. It's all on black again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 8 black. You get
Yay!
W money back, Winfred. I'm hoping you're all keeping
I
track
like
of
this
'cause I'm
game. This
certainly
is
not.
cool.
All right, now double it again.
Oh,
On
God.
black again.
Oh, shit.
Someone should have made a.
Thank you
should
for
have said,
everyone
if you
who
win, I
joined
get
us.
my investment back.
Thank you for everyone who's joining us for the Crossing the Streams event. This is for Mental Health Month. We are doing this. We've raised $190 so far for Beyond Blue. And this is it from now on to the end of the stream. This is just us gambling with ourselves with fake money. Which is infinitely better than real money. So you're doubling it again? How much are you putting on the table for
I'll put another 50 gold on there, and then I'll put 50 back in.
I'll run over to the chip counter and then go get 150 gold worth out and put that in there as well.
Okay, so 200 total?
Yeah.
Any other bets?
Nope, Nesbit's staying clear of this one.
Yeah, he's happy watching his money be used for this. It's more fun to watch other people play at the moment.
That's a 36 red.
Oh well, okay. Now and then I can then say like Thorin, I can then go, this is when you leave it, you learn to leave it, but you hold on to the hatred that you have for the casino, right? And then with that hatred, you then remember what your coins look like. You look at them as they put those chips away, right? And then we're gonna remember those and then make sure we take them from the fucking vault the second we fucking get in.